Another one for Tommy Boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe.
And welcome back to the Third Leg Podcast. This episode, we have college football week 5 recap and week 6 preview. As always, I got Dr. Dunny and Dan with me. How you doing? How you been, fellas?
We're doing pretty well. I'm looking forward to this week. Michigan's back on, so let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a great week last week. Had some great games, solid football. Always what we want to see, Michigan's back on this week, so excited to see what comes on.
Yeah, if we forget about our picks last week, we can definitely look forward to this week. The pod did not do too great, and I'm looking at myself and Dunny specifically. Maybe some of our top 5 projections were bust. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But to start it up, FSU are frauds. They let up 46 points against Virginia.
Yeah, yikes. That Friday night game, I was looking at it going, are they going to pull it off? Are they going to make the miraculous comeback, save our parlay that we got built, And then it was like, oh, no. They just keep giving up. Quarterback run, touchdown. Quarterback run, touchdown. Long pass. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I was surprised. Given all the teams around me are ACC teams, that's all I see on TV when Michigan's not on. So it's just like I've watched a lot of ACC football. I've watched Virginia play 2-3 games. They played NC State. NC State beat them. So I knew they're a decent football team. I mean, NC State's kind of gone down the shitter the past couple of weeks, so kind of lost my respect a little bit. But they beat Virginia, so knowing that, I was like, yeah, Florida State's got this easy. But Virginia came out swinging,
Yeah, it's not often that you'll see any team in college football beat Alabama and lose to Virginia. So I'll take this one on the chin. One off for me. Virginia has not scored 40 points versus a top 10 team since 1966 versus ranked 4 Clemson. So the odds were in our favor. The history was in our favor, but nothing else was.
Their quarterback threw for 3 picks, but
Yeah.
threw for 2 tutties and ran for 3 tutties. Like, good night.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they were up like 2 touchdowns when they started turning the ball over, so it wasn't like it got Florida State back in the game, but you would think with those turnovers in a different situation, that's where the game gets blown out of hand. So they were
Right.
lucky to get that, not lucky, but they were fortunate to get that 2 touchdown lead. Florida State couldn't move the ball, and then they started turning over the ball and getting Florida State back into the game. That's where I was like, okay, momentum shift. Florida State's going to run this one out. And they couldn't stop a fucking nosebleed on defense.
They really could. And the one chance they had, there was the Virginia ran a wheel route right near their end zone, deep in their own territory, and the safety didn't play the ball, just tried to go for the big hit. And I'm like, you go for the big hit, but good God, get an arm out there to try and poke it away somehow. Kid held on, and you lose. That's what happens.
Yep. I mean, he made a good play. It's tough to make the correct play on defense right there. But at the end of the day, get the ball on the turf.
Amen. Amen.
I mean, the way Virginia stormed that field, though, that's how
Impressive.
That was crazy.
That's a fan
Instant.
base that hasn't scored 40 points on a top 10 team since 66. They have been
Right.
waiting to get those field goal posts down. They were trying to get those fuckers down, dude.
They were trying.
I seen a
watched a
couple guys
video.
up there trying to get them down.
One dude fell off, and I'd never laughed so hard in my life.
Yeah, no, it was just that one guy like Travis Scotting it up there. Like, oh yeah. Another big game we called. We liked Oregon. Oregon won in overtime. Aller throws a dumb interception to seal Penn State's fate. It's pretty much what you called. You talked about it. Get into crunch time with Penn State, and Aller will do the rest for your team.
It's Choke Franklin. He's gotta change his name. His teams just don't do well against top 10 and especially top 5 teams. He's never beat one at Penn State, I think. And it came down to crunch time. They did make a nice comeback in the second half because Oregon was kind of running away with it for a little bit. But overtime came, and Drew Aller said, yeah, we're going to go ahead and play like I was a freshman again.
There's one camera angle that makes it look so bad. Like, he drops into the flats, and he throws it right to him like he ran a fucking hook curl. It just looks really bad. The record versus top 10 teams is 4-21 since Franklin got there. This record is considered to be the worst in the poll era among coaches at a single school, according to ESPN research. Going with that, combined versus Michigan and Ohio State, the teams they play every fucking year. They're on this side of the division. He's had 20 chances. He's 4-16.
Yikes.
How is he still there? Because he's good
Yeah,
enough, not
I don't know.
like
I mean, I think it's kind of we struggle with it as Michigan fans. You know, you're winning games, but you're not winning the big games. You're getting 10-win seasons every year, but you're losing the two most important games every year. So what do you, as a fan base? You know, there's worse places. We could be Kent State. They're just dog shit. You know,
shit. We
But
can't be
it's
Kent
like,
State.
you know,
Nah. Maybe 80 years ago we could have been Kent State. We're way past that. We cannot be Kent State anymore.
yeah, you know what I mean though. Like we could be, but we're not. You know, the
Oh, I get
expectation's
it.
higher than that. So
But
at
if
Penn
you
State,
remember that Harbaugh hot seat of being a 10-win team and still
Yeah.
being on a hot seat, where is that for Franklin? That's kind of what I'm
yeah, no,
asking
for
because
sure,
as
for
a
sure.
Michigan fan, I felt it with Harbaugh as well. You feel it. The last game of the year, you lose. You know, it's like the game.
Mhm.
You can't do that for Penn State. Obviously, they don't have the game, but they have the games that decide their entire fate of the year, and you've won 4 times out of 20.
Yeah.
So, as like a Penn State fan, how are you not making him get on the hot seat or like through social media, like the outpour of like what the fuck's going on here? Because
Mhm.
you're getting the athletes, they're getting good translation to the NFL, but they can't win the big games while they're there at Penn State.
I'll just say this, you know, I rip on him a lot, but I'm his biggest supporter as long as he's the coach at Penn State because that means Michigan is, you know, gonna do just fine when we play the Nittany Lions. That's all I
They
care
said, hold
about.
off on all that hot seat talk. He's doing just fine. Let him cook.
Him and Ryan Day both, you know.
Let him
Love
be.
them. I love them to death. I hope they get lifetime contracts and stay as long as they can.
This guy.
This
Uh,
fucking guy. Yeah. What else you guys got from these last week?
We
Yeah, I
definitely
mean,
got spoiled. That's for sure. Ole Miss LSU same time you had or no, that this was the game before. This is early afternoon game. Ole Miss defeats LSU. We got to eat some shit here. Go ahead, Dan.
you know, you guys were all in. You guys were like, LSU's great. It was one of my hot topics. I said LSU's not a top 15 team. Now I'm not saying they're not top 25, but they are just as bad as they're the toilet bowls right now. They suck. They're dog
Such a
shit,
good
bro.
look-alike, bro. I'm not
Look at
gonna be
this.
able to look at that state without thinking of a fucking toilet
Bro, it's
anymore,
just a
bro.
toilet bowl right now. We got people in the comments last week. Yeah, we beat Clemson. Great. You want a fucking cookie for that? Clemson's dog shit, dude. What the hell? Shut up. Who cares? Oh, we played in a rough environment. Clemson's 2-2. They lost to dog shit teams. I mean, you guys beat them, so sure, you guys aren't that bad. You're top 25, but not top 15. That score
And
for the Ole Miss game, they should have got blown out. You know, it shouldn't have been that close, to be honest. Like, I think Ole Miss outgained them, like 100 yards or something like that. So they're lucky it wasn't worse.
for sure. And we were talking about it. That's the Ferris State D2 dog. D2 dog going in there and getting that massive win.
Another game where he throws for 300 plus yards. You know, it's just like he's got that different
Got that
mentality.
dog, you know.
Yep.
Ferris State dog.
Ole Miss
I'm just
didn't cover though on the over, and I'm a little mad about that.
yeah, we all lost that bet, but thanks, Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Fucking dude. He's got to get investigated with that one. I don't know. You can't tell me to take my under. That's some hard or over. That's some hard work and fucking money I put on that. That was
Yeah,
supposed
that's
to
messed
be
up,
that was
bro.
supposed to be a free lock, bro. Investigate this man. Well, since we're dogging people, how about that Illinois game? Illinois bounces back. They beat USC 32-24. I still don't think either of these teams are good. I called last week USC looked decent, but they played Michigan State's defense. So don't get too high on them, and then they go play Illinois and give up 32. So these lower tier Big Ten teams, they are letting up hella points. They don't have the defense. They're relying on points and big plays. So it's not the recipe for Big Ten and to win X amount of games to get to the bowl.
Yeah, no, I said Illinois is one of the best teams in the Big Ten. I'm eating that. I'm still eating that, I mean, I also took USC to cover -4.5 last week, and they did not. So clearly, I don't know what I'm talking about, but
He's going back and forth.
Yeah,
We're still
back
figuring
and
it
forth.
out.
He's
Hang
about to
in
jump
there.
back on.
either
there.
way, I'm not jumping back on the Illinois bandwagon. They're going to win some games. They could spoil some people's season here in the Big Ten, but I don't think they're not as good as I thought. But still, I think they're competitive enough where you can't take them lightly.
For sure.
Indiana went in there, they took care of business. Anybody else they play needs to go in there with the Indiana mentality and just beat the shit out of them. Can't walk all over them, which, I don't know if that's what USC was thinking. Like, hey, Indiana just threw the ball all over them. USC's quarterback's decent, probably comparable to Indiana's, I would say, maybe slightly worse, but you thought they could have tore it up.
You were calling for that receiver to win the Heisman Trophy during the game there, Dan.
Dude, Lemons is a baller. That dude's sick. I didn't know anything about him, but I know about him now. I think he's actually he's leading the entire country in receiving yards right now.
Oh shit!
I think he had 190 something this past game. So
Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was killing it. But I mean, Tennessee's got that solid receiver too. Brazel, that dude's nasty. So give me both of them in the paint.
Look out
all day.
Sorry, 11 catches, 151 yards, 2 tutties.
Oh my God, Puka Nacua.
Right.
Good Lord. The other game that you were pretty locked in, Dan, this one was free as air. Hawaii 44-35 versus Air Force. Their quarterback goes for 457 and 3 tutties. He played like we thought he was going to play. All that hype going into the week one. He came back healthy, and he's kind of looking like that guy.
Yeah, I said it last week. I don't even know why Air Force was favored by almost 7 points. I don't know why that was. Air Force they were 1-2, 1-3 or something at the time. I mean, they lost. They got smoked by Hawaii. Well, they lost by 9, but they put up good points. But Hawaii still, they're that team. I like Hawaii, so
44 points. Like yeah. Hey, you can't be mad with a freshman quarterback putting up 44 points against a disciplined team in Air Force. So. That's what they say. That's what they always say. It's like they're so disciplined, but let up 40 fucking points against Hawaii. Okay.
Bama goes into Georgia and beats Georgia. Kirby Smart. What's going on? Dan talked about it last week. Hasn't beat them. Hasn't beat Bama in one time, I think. That's it.
Yeah,
one time. And they ruined their home game winning streak.
Yeah.
They're at like 33 games or some shit.
There was some, I don't have the stat in front of me, but there was some stat where it's like Georgia's consecutive win streak was ruined by Alabama. Their consecutive bowl win streak was ruined by Alabama. Now their home win streak is ruined by Alabama. Everything they had good for them was ruined by Alabama besides the one natty they won. Or they beat the one natty they beat them in like 2 years ago or whatever it was.
Yep.
Yep, they're the Georgia killers. Georgia fans are scared of Bama.
Is that the game that J-Mo tore his ACL?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And you could argue if he doesn't, they might not get that natty. Another game that I was really big into watching on Saturday, this was a noon slate. Georgia Tech held on against Wake Forest 30-29 in double overtime. This game was scary as all get out. The fix was in. There was multiple plays where it's like, that's a penalty on Georgia Tech, nothing called. Like they jumped into the neutral zone, clearly in the neutral zone. They snapped the ball, no flag. Quarterback throws it deep because he's just trying to get the deep ball. Incomplete. Now it's 4th down. And they got a punt.
No shot.
It would have been an automatic. It would have been an automatic first down to it. Georgia Tech or Wake Forest coach is going nuts on the side.
Oh, I bet I would have gotten a 3-point stand, so I would have been ready to go. How did King do? We like to talk about his rushing yards, his touchdowns. How well did he do?
That was a lean I gave out. It hit easy. He had his touchdown. He had over 60 yards rushing. I'll tell you here in just a second what his actual 100 stats were. 243 passing, a tutty, 106 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns.
Good night.
Yep.
250 damn near and 100 rushing touchdown, 2 passing. I mean, good lordy.
If it's close, that boy is going to run the ball. And he had 21 carries. Like,
as a QB and threw for 200 plus.
Right. It's just what he does.
He's a dog. We might just have to, take his lines every week until the fucking wheels fall off.
I'm there for it. They're still my pick to win the ACC, so let's go.
They don't play anyone until the last game of the year. They play Georgia, so they should
got a chance.
Get there. Stay healthy, play a good game versus Georgia, make everyone happy. How did your guys' picks do last week? Let's get into that real briefly. Be real quick.
I thought we were skipping over this part.
Yeah, what the hell, bro?
It's in the title, man. We got to talk about it real quick.
All right, I went 2-4. That takes us below 500 for the first time this year. We're dropped to 14-16. If you count the leans, both of them hit, so we're still 500. But I'm not counting the leans in the official record. 6 plays doesn't seem to be doing it, so we might drop it down a little bit this week. But I do want to, before you guys get to yours, one bet that I wasn't on was Indiana covering, and their quarterback needs to be investigated for gambling because he talked about it in his post-game press conference, ran out the back of the end zone, even though there's 3 seconds left, and he thinks he can run a 3-second 40. Like, come on, dude. Just go down, call it good, you cover. But he won someone else some money.
Facts. There's always someone on the other side of that line, bro. You don't hear them because they're still celebrating, but somebody was on the other side of that line. The weirdest thing is talking about in the press conference. Right. Unless it's brought up to you, why do you know the line immediately? Like, why is that on your mind immediately after the game? Like, oh, I just fucked the line over. How do you know the line? Like where it finished at before the game started. Right. Where it was when the game came out, like first day of practice is one thing, but it gets shifted, and you knew what it was before the game started. I'm just saying, I mean, little sassy.
No, I see what you're saying, but like, let's just say if I'm the quarterback and I'm in there and I'm like, man, these fuckers think I'm only gonna win by 6. Fuck that, I'm winning by 40. That's
but what? But it's the thought is, what if you're telling somebody else to take something? That's the thought.
No, for sure.
It took their win from 7 points to 5 points, though. Like
and it was 6.5.
His own team from looking really good.
I don't know. You've seen it happen before. It's not the first time it's happened.
For sure.
It happens. It's just anytime something like that happens, it's like a little sketchy.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
How'd you guys do last week?
Yeah, my picks, I'm pretty good, Whatever I tell you, just lock it in. We're doing great. We were 2-3 last week.
Don't worry about it.
2-3 last week. Alabama, Georgia, I took the over. Didn't happen. USC obviously lost, so they didn't cover. Ole Miss, LSU, Lane Kiffin's a fucking liar. That's all I got to say there. Mississippi State covered versus Tennessee, so I think a lot of people doubted them. So that was nice. And then I took Hawaii plus 6.5. Should have took Hawaii money line. That would have been a sick win, but
2-2. Big losses were the 2 of the top 5 teams that I like, Florida State and Georgia. So we'll just knock those off. We got the Oregon plus money, which kind of saved the day for us. So we move on to next week.
Amen.
All right. Well, speaking of next week, let's get some picks out of the way real quick. What do we like? What are we looking at?
All right, I got some for you. These are going to be – we're just rolling out the troops, okay? We're not doing great on the season, but we're going to be up after this. We're going 8-0. We're 10-16 on the season. We're going to be 18-16. We come back next week. Just write all these down, lock them in.
We're parlaying them together, too. Here we go.
That's how you get the units back, baby.
All right. First up, we got Friday night matchup. We got Delaware money line. Lock them in. Lock them in.
Write that down.
I'm also that's the only Friday night pick I got. Next, we're moving to Michigan, Wisconsin, over 41.5. Michigan scoring 42 by themselves, so easy. Iowa State money line. I don't know why Iowa State's not favored in this game. I know Cincinnati's not bad, but Iowa State's underrated, very underrated. People need to stop disrespecting them. They should be top 10 team right now. For all you Clemson fans, your team's dog shit, so we're taking UNC money line.
Oh shit!
UNC
Are they
money.
2 touchdown dogs?
They're 2 touchdown dogs. Big Bill's coming through. You know, he's coming through right here. He's gonna stick that steak in Dabo's back. He's toast. Get him out of here.
I fucking pray to God that happens.
Next up, we got Vandy plus 10.5. I think Vandy's underrated too. Alabama played well last week. You know, I think they were putting all their eggs in the basket trying to whoop Georgia's ass. And so I think they're going to come back down a little bit to earth this game after playing a tough match last week. I got Virginia plus 6.5. I want to take a money line, but the 6.5 is even money. So it seems like a little safer play, but I do think they'll win that game actually. Going back to the well with Mississippi State, plus 14.5. Again, I think they're underrated. They're a good football team. I think 14.5 is way too many points for them to give up and lose by this week against A&M. And then last time, I'm going Duke minus 2.5, minus 125. Duke's a good team. That's all I got.
Good team, and we've been running with them all year. I have 4 picks. Thursday, I am fading Sam Houston. This has nothing to do with New Mexico State. Keep the troops at home if you don't feel it. These are 2 bad teams, but we've been fading Sam Houston all year. They haven't won a game. They don't cover. They're a bad team, so we're going to roll with that. Most of us are on it. I got Iowa State plus 105. Money line at Cincinnati. They have been underlooked since week 1. And we have been on them 3 times. We're 3-0. So back to the well again. Iowa State plus money at Cincy. I'll take it any day of the week. One of the teams that lost last week that I'm down on, but we're coming back up this year or this week. Georgia minus 20.5 at Kentucky minus 110. Kentucky lost by 22 last week. And Georgia is coming off a tough loss. I will never want to play a Georgia or Alabama team the week after a loss. Give me 3 touchdowns any day of the week. I think Georgia's going to bounce back heavy like they usually do after a loss. So go Dogs. And then, as usual, the hometown hero, Michigan minus 16.5 versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin has the 110th overall offense and 111th in scoring. And Michigan's been able to put up points. I don't have the utmost faith in our defense week to week, but versus Wisconsin, I have tremendous faith in. Their offense has been abysmal all year. I mean, it hasn't been good the last couple of years, but this year has been extremely bad. They haven't had a solid, even 2 quarters straight versus a single team. So I expect Michigan to lock down, be able to create some turnovers, and just be able to run it up. I also would lean the over with Dan, thinking that Michigan's going to put up the points damn near themselves.
I like it. I like all your guys' plays so far. We have a few of the same ones. I've got 5 plays, so dropping it down from 6, finding the good luck charm here. Iowa State money line, we've all talked about it. We're all on it, so it probably means it's going to lose. But hey, you know, until it happens, we got to keep rolling them. Miami, Florida, minus 4.5 against Florida State. Florida State coming off a real heartbreak loss. I don't think that they'll recover in time against this good Miami team, who I believe had a bye week last week, so they should be well prepared and ready to go. Texas minus 6.5 against Florida going into the swamp. Florida has been abysmal all season. They did hold LSU back a little bit, but maybe LSU isn't as good as what we were thinking. So Texas gets the job done, wins by at least a touchdown. Vatek at home against Wake Forest minus 6.5. Same thing as kind of what you got with Florida State. Wake Forest lost a heartbreaker. They should have really beat Georgia Tech, but because they didn't, now they're going to be scrambling a little bit. Look at Virginia Tech to cover a touchdown. And then the last play, you always got to go with it. Michigan minus 16.5 against Wisconsin. Like Riley said, like Dan said, Michigan's going to put up points, 42.5. I like the over as well. I'm not going to put it as a play, but, you know, if you want to get a little frisky and throw a parlay for the game, go ahead and throw it on there.
Oh, yeah, boys. I like the picks. I'm a little more confident this week than last.
We got spoiled with good football last week, but we didn't bet well. This week, we got to bet well because there's not a lot of games to watch. So
exactly.
Before we move on from these picks, I got a celebrity pick. I think we just all fade it after I say it. Burley, you're dumb. Anyways, Burley wants to go MSU money line against Nebraska. No shot. I'm telling this kid no, but it's out there.
He's a
Anybody
true
know?
homer. He's a true homer.
What is that? What are the odds on that game? Or what are they supposed to lose by? Are they 2 touchdown
Well,
dogs or
it's
something like
I
that?
think it's
11
11
and a
and a half. Yep.
Yeah.
He's smoking dick.
Yeah. I'm like, no way, buddy. Anyways,
Come on.
I had to throw it out there.
I had to throw it into the void. It's got to be out there. Can't just be in Burley's head anymore. People got to laugh at it.
No.
Since we've been talking, it has moved down to 10 and a half. So Burley must be throwing some coin at it.
I was about to say he threw the bag at that fucker, dropped it for a whole point for us.
It's a plus 350 is what it is.
That's hilarious.
The third leg podcast parlay, we came up with, each of us had a leg and we came up with one together. The odds this week plus 1623. Good little bet here. I took Texas minus 6.5. I really do think they get the job done in the swamp this week.
My pick here is Maddox Madsen from Boise State throwing 2 touchdowns. Notre Dame's let up a shit ton of points, and the only game that he hasn't thrown for 2 touchdowns is the one they lost against South Florida at the beginning of the year. So I think it's easy cash.
I'm gonna roll with Georgia, bounce it back 20.5 versus Kentucky. Like I said, Kentucky's already lost by 20 plus points to a team much worse than Georgia. Georgia's pissed off. So I got my full faith in that bet this week.
Perfect. And then all of us, you know what we're going to be on the last leg, the fourth leg here, Iowa State money line. We roll with the Cyclones until they do us wrong. And I don't think they do it this week. We get them at plus money in a game that you think maybe they probably should be favored, but we'll see what happens.
For sure. If they're at home, they're the 3-point favorites. I'm almost positive it's just because they're in Cincinnati. There's no reason, or not in my mind, that Cincy should be favored or projected to be the better team.
Yeah, I was looking at Cincy's schedule to figure out like what's the thought here, and I still don't understand. Like, I mean, they haven't really played anybody, so I'm just like,
They just don't. They don't trust Iowa State. Every week they don't trust Iowa State.
Yeah, every week they don't.
The spread has been fucked.
Yeah.
Every week they have easily covered their spread. Been almost a touchdown every time.
And they have a freaking fifth-year third year starting quarterback. He's in his 4th or 5th year of eligibility. Like, that is something that you have to look at. Like, in a clutch situation, who do you want to trust? Do you want to trust this kid or that kid? And he'd be the one that I want to bet on for sure.
Absolutely. Give me 4 or 5 years in college to a 2-year any day.
For sure. I've since we're 5 weeks into the college football season, I've got one trivia question for you guys, and then I've got two more hot takes that I've come up with after watching my games. After watching the games, I got some more for us.
Everybody get their seatbelts on. Here we go.
All right, so we're 5 weeks into the college football season. Who has scored the most points so far? Which player has scored the most points so far in college football?
Player?
It doesn't count for like a quarterback throwing a touchdown pass. Doesn't count, right?
Right. It'd be, running back, wide receiver, kicker.
Yeah, it's
people
a kicker.
Who score points.
It's a kicker. It's got to be a kicker. This is a Dan thing. It's a kicker. He said kicker like third. It's a kicker. There's no reason he would put kicker in there. Who's been scoring points? Is it it's a like Power 5 school, right?
I'm not telling you that.
What? There's enough Power 5 schools. That's barely a fucking clue. Just making sure it's not fucking Valparaiso or one of those fucking.
It might be. I'm not. We're not indulging
Oh,
anymore.
okay. All right.
Just going off of that logic, I would go USC's kicker, but I don't know for sure.
It is a kicker. I'll tell you that. It is a kicker.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Jeez.
I'm going USC's kicker. I don't know his name.
I'll take Georgia Tech's kicker.
This one was free, boys. Hawaii's kicker. Hawaii's played
no
6 games,
shot,
bro.
dude. Yeah. What the
Hawaii's
fuck?
the only team I think that's played 6 games, bro. Come on.
Oh,
anyways,
that's our bad. That's our bad. We gotta lock
you
in.
guys weren't thinking right. I was free. I gave that to you. I couldn't tell you.
But it
if I
was
said
Hawaii,
non-Power
and you
five,
couldn't just say it was a Power 5. Like, that was the last Power fucking 5 school, I thought.
they're not even a Power 5 school, bro. They play in fucking the MAC or the Midwest Conference, I think. Midwest. What is it? MWC? Mountain West.
Oh, Mountain West, yeah.
Yeah.
Third city.
Whatever.
Kicker, though, hella points. All right,
How
let
many
me
points
see.
does he have?
Yeah.
62.
Justice Haynes is almost there. Let him play 6 games. I bet she's there.
The next, it goes running back after him, quarterback, then kicker again, and then there's 3 running backs after that. So,
All right, Dan, what's the hot takes? Get them off
all right,
your
you
chest.
guys aren't going to like this one. I already know you guys are going to dog on this, but I think you guys are off your rocker. I think you got to take a step back. I think you got to look at what happened last week. What happened last week is everything. The pictures are being painted out here, right? Okay.
Picasso.
Number 1, hot take number 1. Georgia Tech isn't that good. Georgia Tech isn't that good. You guys,
We won't be able to tell until the last week unless they blunder one of these shitter schools.
I'm going to disagree with you because I think Virginia Tech is a tough team to play. Duke's a tough team to play. Those are 2 good teams. NC State, they beat Virginia. Virginia just beat Florida State, so they got that dog in them. Georgia Tech's best win is against Clemson, who, as I've said, is dog shit. So
yeah.
I just don't think, people. I know people are upset, like, oh, they're a good team. Why are they ranked 17? 17 is probably the highest they should be ranked, in my opinion. They're not going to go up any more than that.
Okay. I respect it. I mean, it's still early enough, and they haven't done enough for this to play out. So, beautiful scenario for clip purposes.
I'm just saying. I think
good or bad. Good or bad.
Good or bad, either way. I just don't think. I think they play hard. They play good football, but they're not a championship caliber team that I want to see in the playoffs. That I think deserves to be in the playoffs. Now they got another 7 weeks to prove me wrong, but.
See, Dan, this is where it doesn't really matter what you want, Again, veteran quarterback, veteran running back. They don't turn the ball over. They find a way to win, kind of like what we talk about with the NFL, the Eagles. They find a way to win games, right? I get it. You're not high on Georgia Tech. That's fine. Let's see what happens. We'll play it out. This is a great clip for us to come back to and say, Dan, you need to own it again here.
Or you're a fucking genius. They got blown out by Duke.
But I need you to quit shitting on my conference champion picks here, Dan. You're picking me apart, and I don't like it.
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
The truth hurts.
That's just what I see. My vision, my visionaries. That's what I'm rolling with.
All right.
Number 2. I'm sticking with the ACC. I think Duke's a contender. Duke's a contender for the ACC championship this year, and I was thinking it was going to be next year. They did get blown out by Illinois, but they played a tough game against Tulane. Tulane's a decent football team. I think they might be ranked now, so they've lost to 2 ranked opponents. Not a bad resume. They just blew out Syracuse, who, if I do recall, they beat Clemson. And Clemson's dog shit, like I said. So everybody who's like, Clemson's a good win. All right, let's follow that scenario.
This one's going to be a little bit harder for me to piggyback on. This is going to be a tough one. I don't think I have rooted for Duke or thought they were a championship caliber team outside of basketball my entire life.
Yep, men's lacrosse and basketball. That's about it.
Men's lacrosse. There you go.
They have California. Okay, might not be a good football team, but they got to go play at 10:30 out on the West Coast. So that's a travel. Might be a little trap game for them. The spread right now is 2.5.
I took the spread. I took the spread.
What's going to happen? Georgia Tech after that, Clemson after that, Virginia after that. They got a tough ACC matchups here.
Plenty to prove, though.
We'll
They
find out.
start a hot streak. Plenty to prove.
Their quarterback's one of the top recruits, or one of the top prospects, I think, for next year's draft. He's actually third in college football right now in passing yards. 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's not turning it over. He's scoring. He's throwing it around the yard. I like what I've seen.
There you go.
I can't disagree. They're playing good ball, especially offensively. They just cannot let up 40 points like the ACC typically does.
Yeah, for sure.
But, we're talking about ACC competition. So that's who they're going to play in their championship. So,
Most definitely. Going back to your picks, Dan, Vandy at Bama. Do you you're not worried about Bama being extra ready for this game because of what happened last year?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think I see where you're coming from, but I just think there's so much on DeBoer's back, and I feel like he alleviated a lot of that with that win last week over Georgia. I think that kind of got the monkey off his back. Probably, as long as they don't lose 4 games this year, the monkey's probably off his back this year because they've won some big games this year, proven he can coach at this point. So. It might be someone they can count on in the future. I just think Vandy's good this year. They're better than they have been before. They beat them last year and they weren't great. I mean, they were decent, but not great. This year they seem to be better. So they're playing good football. I think they lose this game, but I just think they don't lose by 11.
Keep it close.
Yeah.
Pavia, isn't that his name? The quarterback that they have.
Yeah, the quarterback.
Hey, you see his locker room? Do you see that?
I haven't.
It's like everything in a square, and then the quarterback's right in the middle.
Nice.
Just a single locker right in the middle.
Wow. Weird.
I don't know about that. This isn't fucking Tom goddamn Brady.
Separate yourself.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but yeah, no, I think they ball out. They haven't really played anybody this year. I mean, they played South Carolina when South Carolina was ranked and beat the doors off them, but South Carolina's not who anybody thought they were. So I think this is their first test. They do kind of have a bit of a gauntlet coming up. Alabama, LSU, Missouri, Texas.
Good God.
We
gotta fucking play the Avengers in the next month, dude. Holy shit. That's tough. All right. Well, I think that wraps up the college for next week, unless you guys got anything. I know Dan's got a little bit of NHL props, futures to look into. It's hockey season.
It's hockey season. NHL starts next week on the 7th. I got a couple futures. Big NHL guy. Never watched NHL when I was in Michigan, but moving down here, there wasn't any pro sports to watch. We have an NHL team right close to our house, so started going to the games. Hell yeah, I'm in there.
It's one of the best sports to watch live. That's 100% fact. You could
Agreed.
never watch it, and you'll be mesmerized. There's too much shit going on for you not to be involved.
There's so much. It took me we got season tickets a couple years ago, and it was 10, 15 games before I finally understood what the fuck was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's just zooming around. I'm like, damn, these guys are fast. And then I looked up some stats to correlate it to a football field, and I'm like, holy shit. We're not it's a smaller arena. We're still flying out there 20 some miles an hour. Just zipping around, so.
Just a couple minutes and you're out.
Heck
a couple minutes. Yeah. All right, what you got, Dan?
But, I got 3 futures. Nothing too crazy. But I got some goals here. So I'm going Connor Bedard. He plays for the Blackhawks. 30 plus goals. For those of you who don't know hockey, Connor McDavid is the greatest hockey player currently in the league. And Connor Bedard is touted as being the next great. We will see how that pans out, but he hasn't really proven too much. He plays on the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks are dog shit. They're kind of like the Bears. Their fan base is just fucking sad all the time. So hopefully this year, he has a nice game. He's got a 6 snapshot, but I think he's good for 30 plus goals this year. Following that up, big Hurricanes fan. Hurricanes are winning the Metro. That's all I got to do. That's all I got to say about that.
What's the line at that?
plus 120. So they're favorites in the Metro. I think they're favorites by quite a bit. The only team that really competes with the Hurricanes right now is the Devils, but they have a hard time staying healthy. Rangers are dog shit. Penguins are dog shit. There ain't really much out there. So no competition as long as we stay healthy. Easy bag. Then the last one, I don't even know who this guy plays for, but he's a goalie, Darcy Kemper, under 28.5 wins. He used to be pretty good. He's getting kind of old now. Which teams he play for now? I don't even know. Let me look. I think he might play for the Kings. Yeah. No, he's not getting 28 wins. He's not getting 29 wins. So that's all I got to say about that.
Where did you find that bet at? Because I'm looking and I can't find it right now.
So all three of these are from DraftKings.
Okay. All right.
Dennis will lock that in.
Connor McDavid,
Oh.
okay, is in a contract year. I think they set his line at 40 goals. Do you think he gets it or stays under?
He's hard. Honestly, he's hard to bet on for goals. Just because of how he plays. He's just a superstar. That's all there is to it. Like he's not someone, he'll take the shot if he has to, but he's looking for the best shot from anywhere on the ice, whether that's him or not. So betting his goals, I think it's tough to say. Like he could easily probably score close to 100 goals a season if he really wanted to.
So he's not a ball hog, is what you're saying. He will.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he is a ball hog. Like he needs the puck 24/7, but he's opening up doors for his teammates to score goals, not necessarily for him to score. But every time he gets the puck, he's getting double teamed. You know, it's like Megatron down there on the goal line. That's what happens to him every time he gets the puck in the O-zone. So he's not 40 goals. It's not unreasonable, but I tend to stray away from him scoring any goals. If there's a play for somewhere like 100 points, but even then it would be worth it. 100 points a season, that's an easy lock for him. You know, I'd push that upwards of 120, 130. Also,
yeah, they don't even offer him at 100 plus.
Yeah,
it was too free.
Yeah, it's way too
he's
free.
He's gonna have to break his leg to not score 100 points in an NHL season.
Yeah, and I mean he's 28, so he's in his prime right now.
In his prime, contract year.
Yeah, contract year.
Trying to get a fucking chip.
Yeah, I think. He's nuts.
The first line available for his points is 120 plus, and you can get it at minus 145, or you can take his season over 116.5 at minus 142. So even better payout for 4 less points.
I hate that wonky shit.
Thank you for not paying attention, FanDuel. We will take that.
Yeah,
they're like, no, fuck you for paying attention. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, looking at his just career total, there's 2 seasons where he didn't score 100 points. One was his rookie year. The other year was 2019, 2020. He scored 97, so he was 3 points off. So every other year he's at least clipped that. 2022 to the 22-23 season was the best. He had 153. So, I mean, he hasn't put up 40 goals since 2022-2023. So maybe, but that year he scored 64 goals, so he was lighting it up. But
this year's different. Contract year. Everybody knows contract year.
It's a contract year. Sport. I don't think. I mean, it doesn't matter. He'll get the largest. He'll get whatever he wants. There's nobody that competes with him. Nobody's on the same stage as him. If you watch hockey, watch an Oilers game, and you'll notice where he's at on the ice the entire time. He's faster than everybody else. He's faster than everybody else. He's also bigger than everybody else. Nobody handles the puck like he does. It's insane to watch.
I've always been confused how him, Kane, and Draisaitl, whatever, Draisaitl have not been able to get it done. I don't know how they have the suit. Like it feels like the Golden State Warriors are just losing. You know, it just feels like a team that on paper should fucking win, especially when we're talking series. One night is one thing, but in series, I just feel like it surprised me that they haven't got over the hump.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to show you, like, Connor McDavid's the best player in the world. Draisaitl's probably number 3, if not 2. He's in that conversation for top 3. He's not 1, but he's 2 or 3. But their goaltending is so abysmal. It's awful.
It's like having the best quarterback in the league and a shitty offensive line. You know, it's like,
There
what are
you
you
go.
going to get out of it? You know,
that's
it's like
literally what it is. Like, I mean,
Mahomes, when they got shit on in the Super Bowl, they're like, yeah, we're going to need some linemen.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at all their every game in the playoffs, they let up, like the Stanley Cup Finals, they had at least 4 goals scored on them every single game. You can't win with that. Like, you're not going to win a championship doing that.
It's crazy they got there with that bad of a fucking goaltend. You know, like, to get there averaging 3-4 goals a game, like, that means they're putting up fucking points.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
Dan, we got a lot of Red Wings fans that listen to the podcast. What's your outtake on them? Do you think they make the playoffs this year? Because we've been so close yet so far away for these last few seasons. Riley, I know you watch a lot of hockey. What do you think? What do you guys think?
We'll let Dan take this one away. I'm more of an in-season talk after I actually watch. I don't know what changes we've made from last season to this season, and you know, kind of what that is gonna look for us in the future. I gotta see him the first couple weeks on ice.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to look up the roster here because I don't know much about your guys' depth chart. I know last year you guys got some good wingers. I like, how is it, DeBrincat? DeBrincat, that's what he goes by. Yeah. DeBrincat. Sorry. I like him on the outside. What are your lines? You got Larkin in the middle. I like that. Larkin's nice. You got Lucas Raymond's pretty solid. Kane's getting kind of old. You know, I get why you have him around though. He's that locker room guy
especially for such a young team.
Yeah, he's won Stanley Cups. He knows what's up. I think your defense, your top line's pretty solid. Of all time. I mean, he's definitely up there for sure.
What'd you say, Dunny?
Some people say he's the greatest American of all time.
Oh, no shit. I gotcha. All time. I still think it's crazy not a Canadian team has won in how many years? Like fucking 12, 13 years.
Time, yeah.
Like a Canadian-based NHL team, which I know it doesn't really matter, but it just still surprises me.
Right.
Dan, looking at the goalies, do you see anyone who's better than what
buddy. Yeah, no, I did not know. I did not know that the Red Wings picked up Gibson. That's insanely massive. Gibson's one of the best goalies who's played on one of the worst teams his entire career. He's been on the Anaheim Ducks since 2013. He has consistently been had one of the higher save percentages, but their team's just so bad. He's getting shot on so many times. So he's given up, 2-3 goals a game. But that's
on 30 plus shots.
Yeah. Like you're getting 30, 40 plus shots a game at you. It is what it is. But that's a great pickup for the Wings. I did not realize they did that. I've been hoping the Hurricanes' biggest thing is they have trouble keeping their goalies healthy. And he's notoriously played quite a few games every single season. He's in net, 50 times a year. That's insane. That's like your pitcher pitching 70% of your games.
And for the last 12 years on a shit team.
On a shit team, just getting
every night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what is considered a good save percentage? Because I don't know.
This
high
is
80s.
Yeah, like you want above 90, really.
Okay.
High 80s,
91% is what he is.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, you're stopping 9 out of 10 shots. So 30 shots, you're letting up 3 goals. I mean, hopefully you don't get 30 shots on you a game. So
yeah, that's your defense's problem if you're letting up 30 plus shots, clean shots on me every game. That's going to be inevitable.
Yeah, let me look up. Connor Hellebuck's the best goalie in the game right now. Last year, his save percentage was .92. So you're on par with that. In John Gibson. So in Hellebuck's got a lower 2.5 goals per game. So, you're not he's not that far off. If he played on a better team, he might be looking at winning goalie of the year. I'm not going to say he's going to do that for the Red Wings this year, but it's better than what you've had in the net in the past.
Right.
Your backup Cam Talbot, he's okay. He was pretty good a couple years ago. Probably still got some left in him. I don't know how old he is. I was trying to look, see how many good years you might have left in him. But it's better. It's again better than your goalie tandem's better than what you had before.
Yeah, John Gibson's 32 and Cam Talbot is 38.
God
Yeah.
damn, 38-year-old
Ideally,
goalies?
Talbot's. Yeah,
I thought you had to
Ideally-
have like crazy fucking hand-eye coordination, reflexes. 38-year-old still cooking like that? That's
Yeah,
respectable, bro.
no,
I
it's
respect the fuck
respectable,
out of
but
that.
it's not someone you want. You want Gibson playing 60-70% of your games. Ideally,
No, I get
this
that.
season.
I just can't believe Old Man Rivers even on the roster.
Yeah, no, it's honestly goalie's got to be the toughest position to play. It's kind of like the quarterback position in football. There's not, I don't know how many NHL teams there are. 30. There's not 30 good goalies. There's maybe 15.
Okay.
And then even the starters, you're dog shit. So when teams get a good goalie, it's tough for you to pry that away because that's essentially that's the backbone of your franchise. And that's why McDavid can't win a cup because his goalies haven't been good or haven't been good enough to do that.
That's tough.
When I was first watching hockey, one of the first games I watched was an Oilers game because I was like, okay, McDavid's great. Let's see. Or I've heard all this stuff about McDavid. I'm watching their goalies letting in like half quarters. Like some dude just flings a shot at him. I'll have to find the clip and send it to you guys. This dude's at center ice, just flings a shot at the goalie, goes in the net. I was like, no way, bro.
Just wasting away fucking LeBron James of hockey.
Yeah, like it's crazy, but
Is hockey one of the sports where it doesn't necessarily matter how many chips you get? Like you can still be the best ever without winning 7 chips.
I would say
Because
so.
anytime I hear who the best, like, some of the best hockey players, it never is brought up with chips. Like if they get one, that's a cherry on top, but the play in stats are enough alone. Where in most sports like NFL or main sports for us, football, basketball, like you have to get the chip or you're not even in contention for these.
Yeah, I think one of the main things people also don't talk about, like, oh, this guy's the greatest of all time, is because you got Wayne Gretzky, who his chip count, his stat count is absolutely insane that nobody can really compete with that.
It's a record that will never be broken in sports.
His points
and assists
or
record.
assists, yeah.
Yeah, and I actually think McDavid, if he were to play as long as a career as Ovechkin, he might have a chance. But is he going to play that long? I don't know. It's also he needs to stay healthy that long. The only reason Ovechkin scored as many goals as he has is because he played 30 seasons, or he's old as fuck.
Right.
But he's still out there scoring goals. Yeah, no, he's out there scoring goals. So, can't knock him.
He just got back from like 20 years of war. That motherfucker looks scary.
Dude,
looks like a fucking commander of something, dude.
So, I mean, going back to what you asked, though, about championships, obviously I don't watch hockey very much, but I'm a big sports fan. The 3 big names that you hear about, if they're going to debate who the greatest of all time is, Wayne Gretzky, Bobby Orr, and Gordie Howe, all have multiple chips. So I think that's what kind of comes into it as well, as all of them were so good statistically and so good at winning it all. So that conversation doesn't have to happen because they're pretty equal as far as
my thought is, can McDavid not win a chip and still be known to be the best for the last 5 years and do it for another 10 or 5, not win a chip and still be up there? Because we watched him, we know it. It's not about whether or not his team was good,
right,
or his defense was good enough, but is he still going to be up there at the end of the day?
I mean, I personally think so. I mean, there's only so much you can do. Like, you can't carry a team by yourself in hockey like you could in Wayne Gretzky's day. Like, the game has just evolved so much. Players are just so much better.
Goalies are so much better.
I was thinking, are those guys like just anomalies because it's a different game now? Like, do we count Wilt Chamberlain?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
is he really
yes,
the number one right now? No, but he's put up 100. He's won, but
yeah.
as
He's
basketball
got
fans,
all
we
that
know that
stuff.
was bullshit.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like the three greats in hockey are long ago. The new guys, if they don't get chips, are they still going to be classed with some of these guys if they're up in points or whatever, especially if they have the longevity careers that the other three guys did?
Yeah, I mean, I personally think so. Just looking at, you're talking Sidney Crosby's considered one of the greatest of all time. Yes, he has a chip. Based on, I'm just looking at points per games played, on this. You're looking Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, the third person on that list, McDavid. Sidney Crosby's considered one of the greatest of all time. He's 9th on the list. He's still up there. He's still top 10. And Bobby Orr comes in after McDavid. All these great names come in after McDavid, but it's still just like what he's doing is as
Right
much as
now,
he can do with the better talent.
yeah, exactly. Like he's putting
So
up stats versus a front that is enormously better than any of the greats have played against. But that's the same thing you can say for basketball or football. Like when these guys were balling out, scoring 100, they were playing milkmen. That's just how it goes. There's one like anomaly goat. But it's just like if somebody's doing it right now versus much better talent, does that carry the weight? Enough weight without the chip. That's kind of where I've seen McDavid for so long or for the last 4 or 5 years, and it just feels like he's too good to get wasted. And I feel like his legacy could be tarnished without the chip.
I
You
think
know
it's
what I
something
mean?
that
Just like
they'll always
it,
bring it up.
right. I feel you. I just don't feel like it's like maybe it is within the community, the NHL community, but I just don't feel like it's such a big thing. It's like McDavid is the best. Nobody's saying anything. Even if there's somebody on the ice with him that has 3 chips, McDavid's still the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of where that argument or thought came through.
Yeah,
sure.
no, I think that's one thing you'll notice too. Whenever you get even saying Draisaitl's the second or third best player in the league, when you put them on the ice, you can tell where McDavid is. Sometimes you lose where Draisaitl is. He's just that. He's just that much. He's so much that he's just that good. Really, is all I'm trying to say.
That guy,
So
pal.
yeah, he's that guy. But
All right, I'll stop
yeah,
doing
no,
tricks on it.
yeah, it like the whole was. I think it's last year, 2 years. I think it was 2 years ago. He designed the entire All-Star game to do skills that only he trains. So it was insane to go watch it was nuts. They had all the best players in the world come do these skill challenges that like you could tell they struggled with. They had no idea what they were doing. And then he just comes in.
Just
I mean,
butter.
he didn't win all of them, but he just comes in and shows you like this is why he's better than everybody else.
That's awesome.
Love it. Before we get off the topic here, it is Olympic year. Well, that's next year, actually, 2026. Maybe they play in the early 2026. They already have the odds out. Men's, who do you pick in? Canada plus 135, USA plus 190, and then you get into the European teams: Sweden plus 550, Finland plus 1200. Russia's not listed because I don't think they can play the Olympic Games quite yet.
America. I mean, we
All
just
right.
beat Canada, so obviously Canada's gonna want to get their lick back, especially if they play us early and get us knocked out. But it wasn't too long ago that we played. I don't feel like there's too much of a difference, rather than the day. Like player wise, it's still gonna be the same.
I
But
think
it's
honestly, I think the biggest difference is going to be what I think the NHL is probably going to shut down. So it's going to be who's healthy at the time. I think there was big names on both sides that didn't play this time around because they were injured or they didn't want to get hurt, for their regular season, So I think that's what's going to matter now going into this. But if I were to pick right now, I'm leaning Canada.
Okay. I just want to see the Bash Bros out there, the Tkachuk brothers.
Yeah.
Throw it down right away again. We're sending a message. We're still
That's
here.
how you get USA fans to watch. You just get a scrap and some shit talking, like initially get it on social media and then everybody will watch. As long as there's like a beef going on, we'll fucking watch.
Yep. Amen.
That's the one thing I wish they would do more of in the regular season. And in the playoffs, if somebody drops gloves, they let them fight. In the regular season, they don't really let them scrap all that often. And I'm just like, 1, 2.
If they dropped the gloves, bro, they basically just shook hands, said till one of us is on ice. You know,
Yep.
they know the rules. Let them cook. Everyone wants to watch it. Not the
Agreed,
most
agreed.
exciting part about hockey, but it's the most unique part about hockey that people love to watch.
Yes, sir. Jimmy, you
All
got
right.
before we go, you got any lines for what are the lines for somebody like the forwards for the wings for points or not points, I guess goals like DeBrincat, Larkin. Raymond.
They're not listed here actually. No Red Wings are listed for point or goal totals. I'll look for points here.
Scared.
Yeah, nothing.
You know
for
the
points.
whales are about to get on it.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd take Raymond 30 plus if it's out there.
Goals wise.
Goals wise, that's a solid look.
Gets hella shots on goals. Like his 3.5 line for me last year I was extremely happy with it.
Yeah, DeBrincat's probably gonna be 40. I don't love that myself. Sometimes he's just kind of a puss out there. I'm not gonna lie. So,
Do you think Ashton Matthews goes over 45?
who the fuck is that?
Austin?
Austin, sorry, not.
But he said Ashton.
My bad,
Yeah,
bro.
I did too. Austin. Oh, you're talking. We're not Red Wings. We're talking Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He goes over 45.
Yep. That's
Let's
where his
check.
line's listed.
Let's check what we got. I don't remember if it was last year. One of the years he just lit it up.
Think
he only had 33 last year. What a poon.
I missed that word.
Come on, bro. You can do better than that. 33. Guy scores 69 and then he only scores 33. You wank.
69 the year before?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good night. Yeah, I'll take 45 this year. Keep him healthy. Give me a bounce back.
Did you say 45?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said 45.
I don't like 45. 40. I'll give you 40. He did get hurt this past year, though. So he put up 33, got hurt. But I'm just looking at he's only ever 2 seasons he's played the full season.
Damn.
Yeah,
So,
and he went 60 and 69 in those 2 seasons.
So you're basically just taking a bet on if he's going to stay healthy or not. It doesn't even matter about the goals.
I mean,
it's just like, is he going to play most of the games?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing 60% of the games, 70% of the games. So, there's still a chance because he's more of a – I don't want to call him a ball hog. Puck hog, yeah, he's shooting.
Okay.
He's not nothing around.
Highest goal total over under is Draisaitl at 47.5.
Yeah, I'm not touching that. I wouldn't touch it.
Right.
Wouldn't touch it.
These are starting to make me think I like the unders.
Right?
I don't like unders in any sport.
You get these big names, and you're like, okay, Draisaitl could score 47, but as you guys mentioned, it's McDavid's final year. He could just be like, fuck you guys, I'm scoring 100 goals. And then Draisaitl doesn't get shit.
I'm getting my bag and then I'm walking to a new team.
Yeah.
One injury and you got it wrapped up.
That was tough.
We're gonna stay away from them, but I was thinking about it. I don't think about unders whatsoever in pretty much any sport other than the WNBA. But here in those goal lines, got me itching a little bit.
Oh yeah, just wait until next Tuesday. I'm probably gonna have NHL plays on every episode. Goddamn, we're gonna have Tuesday be like, we're taking the over in 17 games straight.
Hey, I'm with the overs. I love a hockey over.
I think
points.
October, you got to play the over in every single game. I would like to do that. Maybe this year would be the first year I do it. Every single game, take the over, see how it tracks in October. Because goalies ain't got it. Goalies aren't really playing too much. Playing goalies a lot of wear and tear on the body. Ain't nobody want to be sitting just crouched down 60 minutes outside of an actual game. So them getting back in the swing of things in October, we're usually seeing some high scoring, shitty ass hockey from the goalie. Everybody else liked it, but
yeah, the shots are there. Goalie needs some time.
Needs a little time.
We'll have to track it. We can do it.
Shit, even if we do just $1 or whatever, like being able to track it. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, you guys got anything else before we wrap this one up?
No, if you're still listening, you're an LSU fan, I'll show you one more time. You guys are dog shit. Outside of that,
Show me the difference between these two pitchers. They're the same pitcher.
One's yellow and one's white. That's it.
All right, guys, that's going to do it from us. Appreciate you guys listening. Peace.
Another one for Tommy boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe
I can't.